Hello friends, I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to thank each and every subscriber for getting the channel 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate that. Yeah, there goes Pablo. He's a feral cat. I attract feral cats here. Yeah, so in this video here, I want to start on the 1957 Gravely LI. So last week it took me a couple of hours to get everything sorted and ready here. So I have our first project here covered, and also you probably saw the trailer already. I had 3 snow blowers and two lawnmowers under cover back here, which I want to make access to get into the back of the work truck. So I'll be putting the parts we're going to be using. I have to gather all the parts up, and I'll just keep them in the truck here as we keep moving along here. So I don't know, in case you missed the video of when I bought the 2 Gravely LIs and it came with some attachments, as you saw, I took that Gravely off. I put the snow plow on that so I could jack it up easy and everything, so we could work on it better. So I got the second project here over here, and the attachments it came with here, and also I put the lawnmower, 2 lawnmowers and the 3 snow blowers on the trailer. And what I did was to take the weight off the A-frame. Some of you know what's going on with this trailer. The trailer did good to go pick up the tractors. It did fine. But what I did was, with all this weight on here, is I put 2 jack stands under here to, keep the pressure off the A-frame here. So, alright, so I'm going to get started. There he goes. I'm going to get started now. I'll get everything sorted to get ready to start. We're going to start on the tractor. We're going to start doing a few things that I like to do to prepare the tractor for the first start. So I'll be right back. Okay, so in the last video on these tractors, I wanted to check the gas tank, which I did off camera. You could probably not even see in there, but is the light on? Yeah. See if I can get in there some. The gas tank's really clean. I'm really surprised at that. Also, the sediment bowl and the fuel line is missing, which I do have. Yeah, I have a few sediment bowls and lines too. The metal fuel lines. What else did I want to show you? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the gas cap back on it. And the first thing I want to do is just blow everything off here. I'll blow the whole thing off. I thought one of the heat deflectors, I thought it was missing. It was wedged down between the hood. It got a little crushed, but I don't care about that. I can bend that back. So once I get everything blown off here, we're going to check the oil. This has the petcock on it, I think, somewhere here, right? What you do is you open up the petcock, and if oil dribbles out of it, it means that it's full. Also, the guy that had this before me had it in the garage, but I'm seeing that like the levers and everything are real hard to move, so I don't know. The guy before him might have had this thing outside. So what I want to do is, if there's any water in the crankcase, it'll be at the bottom. In this case it's the transmission, but it'll be in the bottom. And if you can see these bolts here in the differential, the very bottom bolt there is where the oil drain is. What I want to do is I just want to pop that oil drain out to see if any water comes out, because I've seen where these tractors were left outside, and what happens is when the water lays in there in the winter, the transmission will freeze bust. I seen it in a couple of videos. I mean, cracks everywhere underneath here. So hopefully there's no water in this, and we'll take it from there. First thing I'm going to do is we'll pop the spark plug out after I clean it, and I'm just going to spray some WD-40 all around in there, and then I'll just take and I'll turn the engine over clockwise so the piston comes back up. I'll spray some more stuff in there, and then, but I'll let that stuff sit in there while we do all the other stuff right now. So I'll be back. Well, it's supposed to get into the 50s today, but right now it's cold. My hands are cold, but we just got to keep on keeping on here with this. So I'm going to just blow everything off here real quick. Let me shut this compressor off. Also, we're missing the starter switch, and I have a new one. I'm not going to use that brand new one that I unboxed when I first got these things. I got the starter switch off the 54 that I stole the engine off to put on the on the C8, the 73 C8. Sometimes you got to sacrifice some of these tractors, but I wanted the C8 to work because I'm keeping that. I want to keep that tractor. We're not even going to check it for spark. I'm going to automatically just pull the magneto off and pull the points out and clean them up real good. Maybe we'll bench test it, maybe we won't. I don't know. Alright, so we're good with that. Alright, next time I'm going to just pop the spark plug out here. And I'll be using the 15/16 wrench. This has that jumbo spark plug in it. Let me make sure you're still in view. Yeah, you're in view. I want to get a screwdriver too. I want to see how far down the piston is. That was the one inside, of course. What the heck's going on here? Oh, somebody put the adapter in there to where you just use a regular. Oh wait, this spark plug's loose. That's the problem. Yeah, it's a 15/16. So let's see how high up the piston is here. It's pretty high up. We're going to spray some spray in there. The second tractor we are going to be doing has a spark plug is missing, so I'm not crazy about that right now. That's not cool. See if I can get this in here. I should have angled this straw some so I could really get in there good, but there's not much left. Yeah, there's a lot of WD here. I'm just gonna load it in there real good. I could angle it to hit the I could hit the cylinder wall this way and probably back here some. I don't know when the last time this thing ran or somebody tried to run it. I have no idea. Looks like we got quite a bit in there. Sometimes I just pour some two-stroke mix in there too. I think I did that with the last couple of them. so that's good. I'm going to try to do a real quick carburetor cleaning on this without taking the carburetor off too. But okay, so right now I'm going to get the jack out. I might just back the two tractors out inside here. Another thing I wanted to show you. I don't like doing this way, but it's easier for me to do it this way than to take the to stop the film and then start it again. I got a lot of stuff I have to take out of here. Okay, so here's the two plow tractors we'll never be using this year, but I know if I take the snow plows off and put them all the way in the back, it'll snow. But which doesn't matter though, because I could just pop the snow plow off this one we're working on and just throw it on one of these. That wouldn't be a big deal really, but I don't want to get too involved in there. So all the parts, sorry about that, I knocked the camera, I shut it off by accident. All the parts we need are all the way in the back. And there might be some parts we'll need that are to the left here. I think you probably heard me before I shut the camera off. Yeah, we won't be using these two machines this year. We didn't get any snow at all here. So I wanted to test this tractor out, the 73, the one that gave us all the problems that I got done. And then we made chains for it and everything. I want to at least try this tractor out. But let's not get off subject. I tend to get off subject all the time here. So I'm going to back these two tractors out because I got to get to the oil pan so I can drain some of this oil out to make sure there's no water in it. So I'll be back. Okay, I jacked the tractor up some. I'm going to take that bottom differential bolt and loosen it and see what the oil looks like. I'll probably be in your way left and right here, but wow, that was tight. Try to do it so I don't let oil out. Maybe I can loosen it up enough for, yeah, the bolt's going to be hard all the way out, it looks like. Wow. And if I see there's no water in it, then I'll tighten the plug back up. And I'll just put enough oil in it to where, you know, I'll open that petcock and we'll just put some oil in it if it needs. I don't know what kind of O-ring this thing has on it. You know, the drain plug I'm talking about. See if I can see it. It's almost out here. Okay, so it looks like it's all oil in it. There's no water in the oil, so we're good with that. That's a relief. That's pretty cool. I've had these tractors, I've gotten them with water in the oil, but they never freeze busted. So I got lucky with that. 99% of these tractors are left outside and forgotten about. I WD-40 the control levers, the high and low and the forward and reverse, so they seem to be working pretty good. Okay, that's tight. Alright, let me shut this camera off for now. And let me decide what the next thing. Next thing we're gonna do is we might do it right now. Just trying to get some of this oil off my hands here. I think I'll move the camera this way. Alright, so I'm going to just see if we can turn the crankshaft clockwise to bring the piston back up. I bet it's not seized, that's good. Oh no, it was that top dead center it was. Before. I'll just spray some more spray in there right now and we'll spin it over a couple times, then I'll stick the spark plug back in it. See if we get a compression stroke. If we don't get a compression stroke, that means it's just hard to turn as the piston's going back up when the valves are closed. Then that's going to be a problem. A lot of things that happen with these is the exhaust valves. The exhaust valve tends to stick open, and that's because of the steel valve guides. But when you replace the valve guides, I think they're bronze or something like that now, so you never have that problem anymore. So this thing, it's turning nice. This chain's really loose because the starter is loose here, but okay, let me screw the spark plug back in, but we're not going to hook up the spark plug wire. I didn't hear the magneto pulsing. That's not too cool. I'll explain all that later. Can't get the plug back in. You spray some WD on the plug here. Of course, everything has to be a problem when you're doing a video. There it goes, it's going back in. I forgot to see if those washer on the plug here. It's supposed to have one. I didn't check for that. That's alright. The spark plug will be coming back out again anyway. Okay, that's in. Okay, let's see if we have some kind of compression stroke. Nothing. Since the exhaust manifold's off, because it's missing here, I can stick my finger in there and see if the valve's moving around. If it's moving up and down. Kinda, yeah, I should be able to, right? By sticking my finger in the exhaust. Or not. Yeah, it's moving. The exhaust is moving. Yeah, it is. The valve's opening and closing. Oh, I think I am starting to feel a little compression now. I don't think the valve was stuck. At first it didn't seem like it was moving at all. Yeah, I heard compression. Oh. At first there was no compression at all, and I don't think I felt the valve moving, but that's impossible, I would say. Yeah, I am feeling it. But I'm not hearing this magneto clicking, but I don't know. Sometimes when you start cranking the motor, I've had them to where they weren't clicking, then you start cranking it over, then it starts pulsating. What I mean by pulsating is when it pulsates, that's what makes the ignition wire spark, it makes the spark plug spark. But, alright. Alright, so we're pretty good so far with this. Okay, so the battery cables, I thought they were under the hood of this one. They're under the hood of the one that's on the trailer that I covered, but it's not a big deal. I could just take the cover off for a little bit. And, I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I'm thinking about something. I'm wondering if I should hook up the battery, the starter switch, and try to crank it to see what all it does. you know. But we're going to go over the magneto anyway, either way. Alright, I'll get back to you. Let me figure out something here. I don't want this video to be too long, and I know it's going to be already. But, because, you know, I never get these running on part one, that's for sure. Takes a couple of parts, a couple of videos to get these things going, usually for me. So, alright, so I'll be back to you guys soon. Yeah, I just saw in the last segment, I just rewatched everything to see how long the video was going to be. And already I saw that the drain plug in the carburetor is missing. Alright, so I topped off the oil. It's got enough oil in it. I got to check that petcock. I had to pull it all the way out. Sometimes what happens is, that's why I like the dipstick's pretty cool to have, but the petcock here, sometimes they get clogged and you could be tricked. You could open the petcock and nothing comes out. So when we do the oil change, if this thing runs and everything after a while, well, I do the oil change. After I drain the oil out, I'll take that out and clean it all up, make sure that's working properly. I still have to get all the other parts together. And well, one more thing I wanted to explain, that I said that this is a Gravely model LI. The I means it's an intermediate speed, okay? Because you had your LS, which is very slow speed. Then you had the LI, which is the intermediate speed. The Model L is a faster speed. The L8 and the C8, which I have, that's why I want to keep them, is a combination of all three. Alright, so I'm going to have to dig the cables out from in there. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write down everything, all the parts that I'm going to need for this one here, and I'm going to gather all the parts together. And I think I'm going to end this video here because it seems to be pretty long already. And if I don't continue, let me put it this way, I'll see you all on the next one. But if this video is not too long, I'll continue some more work on this video. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one, and stay safe.